Hello, well, welcome back to episode 19 of Talkoffamepod. I'm Kylie, and today we have the lovely singer-songwriter Ava Breeze with us today. But instead of me introducing you, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us more about what you do?
Hi, everyone. My name's Ava Breeze. I am a singer, a songwriter, and an actress. So I was actually just recent on a show called Irreverend that is about to come out. It's coming out soon on Amazon Prime, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
Of course, thank you so much for coming on. Since you say you're an actor and there's like a movie coming out soon, what is that about? Like, how did you choose that role beyond that movie?
So Irreverend is a TV show comedy, and sorry, my mom just stepped into the room.
Hi.
But Irreverend is a TV show, and it's actually centered around this wacky church family, and I play a character. Her name is Judith, and she's very type A personality, gets straight A's. And my character actually relates to Judith in a lot of ways. I get very good grades in school. I'm very passionate about the things that I'm interested in. Like, even though I'm not as passionate as religion as Judith is, I'm passionate in other areas like singing, like acting. So I can relate to her in a lot of ways. So I feel like that role chose me as much as as the role chose me.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. So over the last year, we've been stuck at home due to quarantine. What is something that you did over quarantine that you wouldn't have had time to do before?
Honestly, I started writing music over quarantine, and before quarantine started, it was never something that I was even thinking about. So quarantine opened my scope of all of the things I could do with my time. And that's just really where I found my true passion for music, and that I could actually do this for a living.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like around these times, like people discover like their passions and what they want to be because we've been stuck at home every single day. We're allowed to go anywhere. So that's really absolutely that's really people like really had time to think about what they actually want to do with their life, who they want to be around, who just kind of take care of themselves a little more. So like
Yeah, exactly.
do you have any singers that you listen to, or just like you usually like jam out to singers or any singers that you love?
I honestly, when it comes to music, I listen to all different types of music. It really just depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But some of my favorite singers is either Billie Eilish, because I can just connect to her music so easily, or Halsey, because I just love her entire vibe. And I also listen to Aurora a lot. So those three. I'm really into alternative music, but when I'm in a mood, I can listen to country. Like sometimes I just listen to Luke Bryan all the time. Sometimes it's Depeche Mode. So it really just all depends.
Yeah, like if you had to choose between one genre you like is your favorite, what would you choose?
I definitely choose the alternative style because it's also similar to the music that I write personally. So I can relate to the lyrics more because it's in a style that I recognize and know how to maneuver.
Oh yeah. So since we've been stuck at home over the last year, so we had a bunch of free time lately that we wouldn't have had time to do before. So is there any shows or movies that you binge watch over quarantine?
Honestly, quarantine was kind of just a blur the entire year of it. Like other than like my passion for music and going to school virtually and going to my competitive cheer, I really don't remember what TV shows or movies I watched. I think on Netflix, like whatever the hit thing was, like I remember I watched Outer Banks. That was good. I really enjoyed the newer seasons of Outer Banks.
Oh, me too.
Pretty much any rom-com that came out, I probably watched it.
Yeah.
You know, Adam Sandler movies, kind of just rewatched all of them with my family. Oh, and the movie Home a lot, you know, like with the purple alien. That's my favorite movie. I watched it so much.
Yes, I heard of it. I just need to watch it. I never had time to watch it. Oh my God. People always say to me that I should watch it, but it's never had time to watch it.
So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's an animated movie, The Purple Alien. Really good.
Absolutely. That's what people are saying. Like these, like, oh, the purple alien is fantastic. I think that's their type. You'll love it. I'm like, if you say that, then maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. Like, I don't know if like if you say it's my type, I guess it's my type.
Mm,
But
yeah, like listen, if you say that I should watch something, odds are if I get time for it, I will. You just have to
yeah,
remind me.
yeah, exactly. So you said like you are like a cheerleader and so competitive cheerleader. How did you get into that? What made you want to do that?
I've been a cheerleader pretty much my entire life. I started off dancing when I was really, really little, like 3. And then I went into tumbling first. And that's kind of how I got into cheer. And then I joined a team and I was just obsessed with cheerleading pretty much for the rest of my life after that. So this year I was on a competitive level 3 co-ed team. And last year I was on a competitive level 4 co-ed team. So cheer's just been a huge part of my life. I love to tumble. I love to stunt. It's just ingrained in me at this point.
Yeah, 100%. Like, what is your favorite part about doing cheer? Like, either if it's like competitive or just in general.
My favorite kind of cheer is competitive cheer because the gym that I used to go to, I loved my team. I loved the environment that I was in, and it just made me feel so good to just work on my skills with people that I enjoy working with.
No, absolutely, 100%. And like if you do gymnastics or competitive cheer or whatever, that's kind of combined type of thing. And like people always like say like people I've spoken to or just I seen videos of always say this like makes lifelong friendships, which I love. That's like a huge part of sports, especially if you're a young girl or a woman or just in general as a teenager or how young you are. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a huge part is making friendships that you last forever, how long you take
Mm-hmm.
lifelong bonds that like you wouldn't have maybe before. So like that's probably one of my favorite things about like sports is like you bond over what kind of like you love basically. I can't like speak today, so I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, so speaking of the industry, you're a singer yourself. What inspired you to begin singing?
So I have always loved to sing. It's just been a thing that I've done. I was nicknamed in my house from a very young age the songbird because I was just always singing. It didn't necessarily always sound good, but we don't talk about that part. My voice has grown so much over the last couple years. Like sometimes I go on my Instagram because I would record myself and post it. And I would look back to when I first started doing that to now, and the voices of the people it's on are two completely different people, and yet it's just the same person. So just me monitoring my growth like that and me just always having a passion for singing, I kind of put the two together and I was just like, wait, it's quarantine. I really don't really have anything better to do. And I have so much to talk about. So why don't I combine those two things together and just see where it takes me? And I found my passion for songwriting.
Oh, I love it. Like people I love singing at since like, I was like as long as you remember. Like every day I'm either singing or dancing. I don't care if I'm that good. I'm not that good anyway. So like just let people know I'm not that good, but at least sing. And people I remember like when I was outside during the summer, I was listening to this Luke Evans song. I don't know if you heard him. He's like an actor and singer type of thing. And
Yeah, I know.
I remember I had my AirPods in. I was like outside getting some air. I remember singing. I didn't know how loud I was. So I didn't know I was screaming. And my mom came inside and she was like, Kylie, you're singing very loud. I can hear you from inside. I'm like, you heard me from inside? Like
Wow.
out loud to like so my mom can hear me, but I didn't necessarily think like I was screaming my vocal cords out. And I was like, oh, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing this.
Okay, listen, if I'm in the car with some of my friends, I will literally scream the roof off of the car with our voices. If you put on Don't Stop Believing, oh my
Yeah.
God, the car's roof will just be off because we're so loud.
Oh, really? Like that's me with
It's
me and
so
my
fun.
friends. Yeah, me and my friends always sing our hearts out. Even if we're just going on a walk or in a car, like we can't just resist singing. If it's our jam or song you like, we're just like,
Mhm.
we don't care, we're singing, we don't care how good we are, we're just
Mhm.
I don't care who you are, we're just singing. I don't care. Like, guess we're just like it's 1945, I guess. So, what is your favorite part about being a singer-songwriter?
My favorite part is to be able to deliver a message that I wouldn't be able to get out in just plain words alone. Like there's something so beautiful about music itself, like the harmonics of it, of translating words into literal poetry and broadcasting it for everyone to hear and listen to and relate to, because it's not just the words themselves, it's how you say them or how you sing them. So I love that music can be so powerful, and it has a huge effect on my life. So I want to be able to give a little bit of that back to some other people.
Oh, for sure. Like music is basically a huge part, not only between our lives, but basically everyone's lives. Like
Mm-hmm.
music has been around for as long as I can remember. So I grew up listening to music, and music, like I don't know what my life would be without music. To be honest, like if I did never discover music, if there were music, people creating music like you or other singers, I don't know what my life be like or other people's be like. Music is basically a huge part in everyone's life that they're like, what will we do about cell phones or music? We wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for technology. So I'm like, what would we do about without technology? What would we do without music? Like, what would I do with my life without music?
Yeah, I feel like music has saved so many people, and it saved me in certain ways. It saved me when, like, for instance, I'd be at the gym and I'd be playing an Eminem song and it pushes me further to be a better version of myself. Or when I'm at home and I just went through something terrible, I'd throw on my favorite song and it would make me feel better. So, in little instances like that, or in huge ones, I feel like music has just a huge impact on just society as a whole.
Oh yeah, 100%. So you wrote like some amazing songs so far throughout your career. What song has meant the most to you so far?
That's so hard because each song correlates to a specific thing in my life. But the song that I relate to the most right now is a song that isn't even finished yet. So it's actually going to be coming out soon. So stay tuned for that, guys. It should be coming out within the next month. The
Yeah,
song is
everyone's saying
called,
too. I'm so excited to hear it.
I'm still figuring out the final name. It's between Young Love or Heaven with You. I'm leaning towards Young Love. I'm pretty sure it's going to be called Young Love. But I've been working on it for a little less than a month, but I'm obsessed with the lyrics. I'm obsessed with just the whole structure of the song, and I'm really excited for it to be mixed and mastered and just see it come to life.
No, absolutely. I'm so excited to hear it. Like, let me know when it's coming out and stuff. I'll try to
Mm-hmm.
tell you about it, and I just can't wait to listen to it. So, do you have anyone that you look up to in the industry, or just in general, or as like a singer?
As an actor, I look up to specific people. I gotta say, I look up to The Rock because he could do the people's eyebrow just as well as me. I'm
Oh,
sorry, I just always have to point that out.
yeah, I do the same exact thing. I am obsessed with The Rock. He's my entire life. Like, I don't know what I would do without The Rock. Like, he's my biggest inspiration. He's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. So, if The Rock, you're watching this, I love you, man. Please.
Same here. Another actor that I really look up to is Dove Cameron,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love how in Liv and Maddie she was able to master two completely different personality types in the same show, because that is extremely hard to do. Like she had
Yeah.
her little aneurysms for I don't know if I even used the right word there. I hope I did. The little minutiae of each character, and she just mastered them so well. So I'd love to be able to do that in a show and do people notice that, just to make your character a whole new level of depth.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I'm like Doug Cameron was basically my entire childhood. Like used to live in Maddie. That I used to be obsessed with
Hmm.
that show. That's basically how I discovered Doug Cameron was Live in Maddie. That was like my life. Like a couple years ago, once it came out, I didn't know she portrayed like Liv and Maddie until like 2 years ago. So I'm like, oh, that's insane. How did she put that off?
Hmm.
Like, amazed like how she did that. Like, because that's very difficult for people to do. Like not a lot of people
Hmm.
do that. They might have to get like a different actor that looked like them, or like a stunt double or someone that can act and look like them. So I'm like, this is amazing. Like she amazes me. I'm like, how did she do this? Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I find the whole process of it insane. It's really amazing the things that actors can do, and I'm excited to see where the rest of my journey with acting takes me to.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see where you go to. I can't wait to see. So do you have what is some advice for people who would like to be in the same position as you, but like either as an actor or as a singer songwriter?
Honestly, just don't give up. Because in singing and in acting, you get told no for roles time after time after time after time. You just have to keep sticking with it and don't let the rejection get to you. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with exactly what that specific casting director is looking for. So don't take it personally. If you submitted an amazing audition, maybe that in a month or two, they're going to consider you for a different role for a different project, because when one door closes, another door opens. And if I didn't stick with the program and I just let it go after I was rejected a couple of times, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't even be into music or still be in the industry at all. So honestly, when you're thinking or you're doubting yourself, tell yourself no, snap out of it, and you're going to do amazing things.
Absolutely. Like I totally agree with that 100%. Like these like it's hard to take rejection. Like you think, oh, I'm so perfect for this role, or I deserve to be this person, or I deserve to be part of this song. People and like it's very hard to take a rejection. Like people think like, oh, I should give up because I didn't get this role or I didn't get to do this. I'm like, and then like I'm like when people tell me that, I'm like, don't give up on something you didn't get. Like you can there's something better now or something similar. Like you're going places, even if it's a big role, you can get a bigger role better than that. Like you just don't give up, keep trying, grow your platform, just keep
Mm-hmm.
and keep trying your best because that's really all that matters is keep trying, work on yourself, ask people for their opinions and what you need to work on, and that's what you need to
Mm-hmm.
keep yourself getting better every day.
Yeah, I agree with that. Always work on your craft. Even if you think you're amazing, you could still be better. Like, unless you're Ariana Grande with like perfect pitch and like a 5 octave range,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
but
Oh my
you
God.
could always work on your craft. You could always try to advance more. And even Ariana, she works on her vocals pretty much every day to make sure
Mhm.
her vocals stay at that quality. Because if you don't constantly sing, you lose some of that magic.
Yeah,
So you always have to work on your craft. So I agree with you 100%. Just keep working
absolutely.
and good things will come.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So, like, what is the process like for you to write a song? Do you usually write the lyrics first or the tone of the song first?
I actually always do start with my lyrics because I feel like that is setting the basis for what the song is going to sound like. So for my song that I was writing the other day, I started with the basis of the lyrics, and then I went and figured out the note pattern for how I wanted the lyrics to sound. So once I had my story laid out, I did a run through of singing the lyrics, and then I submit them to my producer, and he helps me come up with a backing track, and then I record all of my own harmonies and do all of the rest. And that's how a song gets made.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
just getting mixed and mastered with playing with levels.
So, like, if you like, what is the hardest part for you about like writing a song? Like, is there any hard part for you to like figure out like, what should I put in the song or what to do with the song?
Honestly, I've never really run out of ideas with music because there's so many things that I want to show the world with my music. And I'm not even remotely close to being done telling my story or any of the things that I've experienced in my life. So when it comes to my music, it's not really troublesome to write a song individually. Like sometimes I have an idea for a song and it could just sit in my head, or I can write it down in my notes app on my phone. And then all of a sudden it would just be one little thing that happens. And then I get an idea of how I want a song to sound. And then I just write it. Or it can happen over the course of a couple of days. And I'm just like, okay, I have a pretty good idea. I'm going to start writing lyrics. And then I play with them. I change them around. I change the formatting around. I get rid of the tiny words in the middle that are just so unnecessary. And just after the playing part of the process, I pretty much have the full version of how I want the song to sound. So
Oh yeah,
no, I don't really have
100%.
trouble.
Yeah. So like we talked about you being an actor before. So like if you could be a part of any movie or show or any like documentary or anything in the industry of being an actor, what would it be?
That's so hard.
Right.
That's so hard. I have to think about this one. Probably a movie where I get to play multiple characters or be in a really scary movie. Because I've been obsessed with playing different sides of myself and seeing them come alive on the same screen for the same film and just seeing how they contrast against each other. And then I always have been drawn to scary things. Like every year around Halloween, I actually do a Halloween shoot where I dress up really, really scary and I take photos.
I
So
love
this
that. Like,
Halloween shoot was really fun. So if I could be in a scary movie where I get to be in scary makeup and just terrify people, that would also be really fun. Or like be the normal cast member and then like get possessed or something. That would be really fun.
absolutely. Like since you're talking about possessed and stuff, have you ever watched or like heard The Exorcist?
I have heard of The Exorcist. I have not watched The Exorcist because I do not want to get scared. However, I do want to watch it now that I'm a little bit older, because when I was younger, I just did not really want to watch horror movies themselves. I'd rather be doing the scaring than getting scared. So
Yeah.
in the future, I definitely do want to see that movie because I know it's amazing.
Yeah, like I'm so scared to watch it, but there's a show called The Exorcist. Like it's similar to The Exorcist, but like it's not the same thing, but it's like the same world as The Exorcist. It's still very scary.
Okay.
I watched it last year and I was like, oh,
Mm.
my dad watched this right now. I'm scared. So I'm like depends like for me, like I'm like scared of movies, but I don't. So it depends on my mood. So I'm like what did I just place my life into right now? I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm gonna be terrified. Like, what am I gonna do right now? But thankfully,
Honestly,
it's Halloween, so it kind of goes with Halloween, I guess.
yeah. I actually just started watching American Horror Story, and the idea of both psychological terrors as well as physical terrors just really amazes me. How in season one, at least, I don't know if they get better or worse as the series continues. I'm still on season one. However, I have noticed that they really do play with adding elements that are so unexpected. They really do a really cool job there. And so far, the terrors have not been like scary, scary, but more of like nightmare scary because you're thinking of, oh, wait, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, absolutely. That's what people think. Like, oh, what did this movie think? Like one time I was watching a scary movie with my cousin, and I got so scared that I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. And they're like,
Mhm.
really, it's fake. It's not real. I'm like, I do know that, but it's interesting, but I'm like, it's scary as heck. Like, what's wrong with my brain right now? Like, my brain doesn't go well with very scary movies for some reason. I don't know
I
why.
get that.
Movie. So, like, if you could choose an artist, alive or dead, to make a song with, who would it be?
Honestly, I'd probably have to say Billie Eilish because when Okay, so I'm choosing Billie Eilish because we produce the same genre of music, and I feel like she writes her own music, I write my own music, and I feel like our ideas would just collaborate and mesh so well together if we ever produced a song together. So I feel like even on stage, like we just perform amazingly.
Oh, absolutely. Like, who doesn't love Billie Eilish? Like, who doesn't? Like,
True.
her music is so good that I'm like, what? Like, she's like the person that people should look up to. Like, she's amazing. Like, being a
Mm-hmm.
songwriter at such a young age is like amazing, and she's big. Like, no one, like, people, like, she was saying, but she didn't get big until like last year or like 2 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing to have someone young and make great music, have young women and girls to look up to, because there's not a lot of singers like are like as good as Billie Eilish. She's such a young singer and just makes great music, and like she's inspirational, and like I would love her to have on the pod. So like Billie Eilish, send me a DM, please, if you see this. Or send her a DM. You guys better collab, please. I would love to see it. My dream collab for sure. But like she's definitely like someone people should look up to for sure. Like what she went through in her music and her personality. Like it's like different from other people, but she doesn't care what other people think. No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't care what people say about the way she looks, the way she dresses. Like she just doesn't care. It's her life. Like she dresses whatever she wants. So that's really what I love about her. Is like she's her own person. Doesn't let the media get to her.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So the final question is like, you acted in a film called Pilot Crime Scene Reenactment. What was your experience filming that?
Wait, what is it called?
Pilot. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Like Pilot Crime Scene Reenactment, I think that's called.
Oh, okay, that was the one on H&O. Okay, so pretty much I played someone where I was possessed. So again with like the horror movie thing, but you couldn't really see my face, so that's the one downside to that specific role. But yeah, it was really fun to just step out of my comfort zone and just get to go wild with it.
Absolutely. Like there's not like a lot of movies that like do like kind of scary possessed makeup and like scene, like people don't put like a lot of scary things on because they think like, oh, why are we doing this right now? And so like it's great to see people like different movies and shows that are different and like not things people see before is like different for other people to see.
Mhm.
Like I seen a movie last year, the film, and I was like, this is amazing. There's not a lot of movies and or films and stuff that are like that and stuff. So I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like, there's not a lot of things kind of television like that. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome that them people are making uh, a film that's never really been heard or shown before. So like, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want to thank you so much for coming on. Like I truly appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on. I truly appreciate it. It means so much. I will definitely speak soon. And I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to see what you do throughout your career. You have my support 100%. We'll definitely speak soon.
Yeah, thank you so much again for having me. And everyone who's watching, make sure you go follow me on Instagram at AvaBreeze _. It's like breeze like the wind. Really easy to spell. It's AVABREEZE _. And you could also follow me on TikTok at AvaBreeze10. So go follow me, check out all of my music, and just see where my career takes me. And again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to have me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much. It means so much. So everyone go follow her on her socials. It would truly be appreciated. She's an amazing human being, and I definitely make sure to check her out, all of her music, all the work she's done. She's truly amazing. I can't wait to see what your career takes forward. I can't wait to see everything you do. And so like we'll definitely speak soon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you so much
Bye.
for